360-degree view of pure blue, freezing cold water. Massive waves throwing us, with land far, far away. And all I knew was I had jumped from the boat and that I am coming out through the other end, hopefully alive. A very good morning to one and all. I am Shubh Bhatia, a 16-year-old swimmer, and recently I made a world record. The record of becoming the youngest Indian to have ever swum between Alcatraz Island and San Francisco. It was a difficult swim, and to be honest, it wasn't supposed to be easy either. Why? Because I belong to a region where the average temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, and all of a sudden I was exposed to less than 10 degrees Celsius. Then I am a breaststroker, and Pacific Ocean plus breaststroke means you're going in the wrong direction. And it is highly inadvised. Breaststroke is highly inadvised for open water swimming. Then Pacific Ocean is known for its rough waters, and this was actually my first time in open waters. So when we contacted the organization that conducted the swim, they clearly told us that there was a high chance that I might even die due to hypothermia, and if not die, then I will sure be admitted in the hospitals. And the medical expenditure in America can go up to $20,000 for a day. So what do you think made me do something nearly impossible, to which the organizers actually compared it to climbing Mount Everest? This swim gave me a title. However, there was much more. We all believe in certain rules and certain principles. I believe in one such thing: standing out of the crowd. There are 7 billion people, so you need to prove that you are different and that you can stand out of the crowd. When I was planning this swim, I got very excited, so I went to my father and I was like, "Dad, I'm planning to swim between 2 islands." And like every supportive father, even my father told me to go back to my room and start studying. So I came back to my room and I called up my friend who lives in Kashmir. Kashmir is the coldest state in India, so where he lives, the temperature is about 5 degrees in summers. So I called him up and I was like, I am going to swim between 2 islands, so I just wanted to ask him, would he ever swim in such a temperature? And he said, in such a temperature, I'm not even getting out of my bed. This was a clue to me that this could be my chance to prove that I stand out of the crowd, that I am different from the rest of the world. Then one thing that we all do wrong is waiting for an opportunity to knock. Since our childhood, we were told that opportunity knocks once, but to me, opportunity never knocks. You need to get out of your comfort zone and then create one for yourself. 2 years ago, I was in a camp. There were 12 students from my school who participated in that camp, and out of those 12 students, 5 were selected to participate in an aero modeling workshop. Now that workshop covered the basics of aero modeling and everything you required to make a working model. Unfortunately, I was not a part of those 5 students, but still I took a risk. The workshop was happening in the afternoon when we were supposed to be in our rooms across the ground. I casually got up and went to the area where it was happening. Why? Again, because for my deep love for aero modeling, and of course, I like messing with the authorities. So I went there and I tried to understand things. 600 students participated in that workshop from across Delhi NCR. I attended the workshop like this for the next 3 days, and on the 4th day, there was a competition, aero modeling competition, where we were supposed to make our own models and fly it. So I, who was not supposed to be there at the first place, for my self-satisfaction, even I participated. And when the results came out, I was awarded the best aero modeler of Delhi NCR amongst those 600. Honestly, I was not supposed to be at the competition, but then I still could manage to bag such a prestigious achievement. So sometimes waiting for things to happen doesn't work out. Take a stand and prove it to the world. Now sometimes we forget everything. We forget everything. We look at life in a very singular fashion. We look straight, we move straight. Sometimes we see an obstacle, we stop. We take a step backwards and we quit. What we miss out here is that That backward step does not mean quitting. That backward step actually means that it's finally time you'll take a look at your life through another angle. You take a turn and then move forward. Now, talking about general scenarios, what would any general person do if their shower head stops working? Go to the supermarket, buy a new shower head, come back, repair it, right? That is what any general person would do. But I have a very typical jugaad. Oxford Dictionary defines jugaad as a flexible approach towards problem solving in an innovative way using creative ideas. So jugaad, this is a very typical shower head jugaad. Now, if you want to bike around the city and your handlebar is broken, what would you do? Wait for your cycle to get repaired? No. And there are n number of jugaads that exist. I really wanted to record my swim, but there was no such thing that I could have directly bought from the market to record it. So I did the only thing that I was left with, jugaad. So I made something for myself. I bought a kickboard and I managed to attach a camera on top of it using those black bands, which are nothing but simple cloth straps with Velcro on it. And to be honest, it did work out amazingly and it sure was a great idea. But my definition of great idea is pretty different from the rest of the world. To me, there exists no singular great idea. To me, there exist good ideas, bad ideas, really bad ideas. But eventually, when we mix them all together to get that one most creative idea that has everything in it, that is the great idea. And honestly, a similar kind of thing happened between my swim and my aero modeling award. I knew things could go wrong miserably, but when your heart says you can, there is no reason doubting it. So this is it, I guess. You will face difficulties, you will fail, but never stop. After what I went through, 5 leading Indian newspapers published about my swim, including the Times of India and Hindustan Times. And I just want to say, if one door closes, don't wait for God to create 1,000. Create the one that you want, because it's eventually you who knows what you want. So don't wait for opportunities in this world. Find your stage and grab the mic. Thank you and Jai Hind.